Florida is suing California because of illegal immigration. Surprise, surprise. Something from because of that. And if you don't remember, there was a huge thing where an illegal immigrant, this guy in the picture right here, was making an illegal U-turn on the freeway, and unfortunately took the lives of three people. I'm not gonna show the video because it's horrific. You just see him turning on the camera, and the car just slides under it, and it's like if you're in a car and the metal crushes down, you're not surviving. you're we're not built to be collapsed like that. Trump made an executive order to require people to speak English to have a CDL license. But unfortunately, Democrats don't like to listen to the law. When they're in power, they'll listen to it because it's what they want. But when they're not in power, they will not listen to the law. They are lawlessness people. And I believe that a lot of these politicians that are Democrat are acting on treason. And I think that they should be thrown into prison, some of them. And some of them should be just have their jobs taken away.
All right, you might remember a few months back, an illegal immigrant in India made an illegal U-turn on a Florida highway. Remember that? Causing a crash. It killed three Haitians living in the U.S. under temporary protected status. The illegal was only behind the wheel because he had a commercial driver's license from California, also one in Washington, which he only got because California gives out regular driver's license, even commercial ones, to illegals. Once you have one of those, not too difficult to upgrade to a commercial license. Remember, we found out after that deadly accident that killed innocent people that this illegal driver, he couldn't read. He couldn't read road signs, didn't understand English. In other words, the entire situation was caused by California's sanctuary state policies. He also has that license of Washington state. Okay, as a result, about 12 minutes ago, Florida's attorney general is now suing. He's taking on California and Washington state. He's taking it to the Supreme Court. He's saying that their state laws are an unconstitutional and public nuisance, and he wants the court to stop those states from giving commercial driver's licenses to illegals.
The crazy part is that we actually have to bring this up to the Supreme Court. It should be common sense to everybody in America. Every politician should have this common sense that people who aren't supposed to be here shouldn't get a driver's license. That's just common sense. But unfortunately, we live in a world where the Democrats are in a Looney Tune bin, and they are delusional. So I hope this gets brought up to the Supreme Court, and I hope the Supreme Court sides with Florida on this one, and it becomes like a federal law. That'll save thousands of lives. And by the way, in Minnesota, they just passed a law where illegals can get a driver's license now in Minnesota, and then that can be used to vote. So if this case goes to the Supreme Court and they pass that illegals can't get driver's licenses or anything like that, it's going to be a huge hit to the Democrats.
To illegals. And breaking tonight, the Department of Transportation announcing under Sean Duffy that it will be withholding $40 million in grant money from the state of California for failing to uphold the English language proficiency requirements for truck drivers. Here are the details. Florida Attorney General James Othmeyer is with us. James, great to have you. You know, in California, they have something. It's the weirdest thing. It's called the California Values Act they passed. It bans agencies, even licensing agencies, from asking one's immigration status. Okay, we discovered after this, the guy didn't speak English, couldn't read road signs. That means those lives could have been saved, doesn't it?
It's a shame. And that's why we're taking Gavin Newsom to the Supreme Court. Tonight, just moments ago, we filed a lawsuit against California on behalf of Florida to hold them accountable for the carnage that their sanctuary illegal immigration policies have caused to states like Florida across the country. Here in Florida, we can do everything right. We can back the blue. We can enforce the law. We can combat illegal immigration. But we still suffer when Gavin Newsom and liberals on the West Coast allow these illegals in. They encourage them, enable them to get these driver's licenses, and then they cross the country and ultimately take lives. Drug cartels cross the country and they take lives. So they need to pay for it. We're going to hold them accountable.
You know, I've been asking this question of everybody over and over again on this show. If you are a sanctuary city and state, by definition, are you not aiding and abetting in the law breaking? I mean, how are they not culpable if you're giving taxpayer benefits to people that don't belong in this country, didn't respect our laws, our borders, our sovereignty?
I honestly think I'm not really like, I know everything about politics and stuff. Sanctuary laws were put into place to help protect immigrants from foreign countries, and like when their country is like, taking over and they're tyrannical and they're really running away from their country because there's like communism or something like that, and they come here. I think that the sanctuary cities were made for those people that they can, live here safely without the government coming in and pulling them back and throwing them back to their country. Um, but obviously, throughout the years, it's been abused, and it just needs to be taken down. A lot of these people that are here are from countries like Mexico. Mexico is not a tyrannical country. That's, it's not like, I don't know, like Guatemala or something. It's not something like that. But we have liberals taking advantage of sanctuary cities, so they just let anybody in now, and you can just run in there and hide in there, and they will protect you. And I don't think that's how the sanctuary cities were made in the first place. I honestly don't think that.
They are culpable. They care more about their love affair with illegals than protecting American citizens, American victims that suffer every day from the harms that, the open border has caused to the rest of the country. And that's why we're bringing this lawsuit. We've seen across the country these days, soft on crime policies, they don't work. Brutal stabbings where people have been released 14 prior times. In Florida, that doesn't fly. We're tough on crime. We hold people accountable. We enforce the law. We want people behind bars for as long as possible.
Let me ask you a last question. Would this then open up these states and elected officials to liability themselves if, in fact, they allow, aid, and abet illegal immigrants and then terrible things happen?
Yes, I believe so. They are knowingly aware of the dangers that their policies cause. They know that by giving people these truckers' licenses who don't speak English, they're putting families on the road in jeopardy. Lives are lost. They know about it. They need to be held responsible.
I really believe that this case is important. I hope the Supreme Court takes it up, and I think if they do, your odds are very high of winning it.
Yeah, so I think that they'll agree with Florida, and this will become a federal law. This will take illegals off the payrolls for many companies, and I understand that they're doing this because companies will save money. So this is what California will do. They'll raise the prices on everything, but then when these companies come through, they're like, okay, you can have illegal immigrants and save money, so you can oblige to these crazy policies that we have up. And it's funny because the Democrats will sit there and say, oh, well, this is against the big tech companies or the big companies that take advantage of the small people. But all in all, their politicians literally support these giant companies. It's just so weird. It's like they're hypocrites, man. It's like they're literally helping out big companies by enforcing these crazy policies so they affect small businesses, and big companies like Walmart can benefit off of it. These big industrial industries too, farmers industries will benefit off of it, because if Gavin Newsom makes everything expensive, we have to pay for it. But the farmers can cut costs by freaking hiring illegal immigrants. So that's like that's like that handshake where Arnold Schwarzenegger and that guy putting their hands together. That's what it reminds me of. It's like, okay, we're gonna slash your price, we're gonna increase your prices, but then you'll save on labor because we'll let you have illegal immigrants and children too, by the way. So it's just crazy in itself. I hope that the Supreme Court does step in. I think there's a lot of stuff that's happening that the Supreme Court should step in and try to do something about it. It's just wild, man. But what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that illegal immigrants should still drive cars in America? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.